Hello, this is MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and Schools WUAS News and Question and Answer on Monday, February 26th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. I think it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon, Western European Time, and I think it's 7:30 p.m. in India, and potentially 2 a.m. in the morning, or possibly 12 midnight in the morning in Tokyo, Japan. Greetings as we wait to see if people will join this open question and answer in this video call. Zoom URL accessible through World University and Schools 2 Twitters, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUAS Press, as well as in emailings. I'd like to share a little news with you since last week's WUAS News and Question and Answer. First, the WUAS bookstore seeks to begin a flagship bookstore, computer store, robotics store, educational services store on Walnut Street in Shadyside community of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And here's a set of tweets in a related vein. In what ways could World University and School become one of the greatest universities on the planet, beginning with the MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki flagship WUAS bookstore on Walnut Street in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in making available physical and digital WUAS books in all 7,168 living languages. And one of the related questions World University and School is engaging here is potentially like the Harvard bookstore, which is right across from Harvard University's campus in Cambridge, Massachusetts, which has had the Harvard name since I think around 1952, a long time, and I don't think has any other affiliation with Harvard, for example. In what ways could World University and Schools WUS flagship bookstore, potentially on Walnut Street in Shadyside, begin to not only offer books from this flagship bookstore, but also free university degrees? So it would be as if the MIT OpenCourseWare-centric World University and School were actually inside this bookstore, in that the students who might matriculate at World University and School, as we proceed with accreditation in the state of Pennsylvania with Middle States Commission on Higher Education, might access World University and School's bookstore in this brand new way. So parallels to the Harvard bookstore across the street from the actual Harvard University campus, the oldest university in the USA, with great synergies for students from Harvard and all the other 70 or 80 universities in the Boston area getting books from the Harvard bookstore as well. In what ways could World University and Schools WUAS flagship bookstore have World University and School inside it, accessible for students from people's laptops from home, for example? Exciting possibilities. Could this MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki flagship WUAS bookstore even come to take the name of MIT Open Courseware Centric WUAS bookstore, or the MIT bookstore in Pittsburgh, because we are building on the Creative Commons 4 licensed MIT OpenCourseWare courses resources, about 2,600 courses in English. Fascinating possibility and exciting new development for World University and Schools WUAS educational services stores. Agenda item 1A is related. Could one of the greatest universities on the planet in each of 200 countries, from World University and Schools nation states subject page, begin with MIT OpenCourseWare centric wiki, World University and Schools flagship WUAS bookstore on Walnut Street in Pittsburgh, and brainstorming wise, last for millions of years? And with aging reversal and extreme longevity genetic drug therapies emerging for we humans. So Harvard is around 370 years old, oldest university in the US, and World University and School seeks to become Harvard of Stanford, MIT, Oxbridge of the internet in all 200 countries online. And could World University and School develop with the World University and School bookstore first as a flagship bookstore? Could we even offer on the front of our bookstore, for example, initially, free PhD degrees for students, prospective students from Pittsburgh? For example, recent graduates of the University of Pittsburgh, recent undergraduate graduates, recent undergraduate graduates from Carnegie Mellon University, from Chatham University. Seems possible and exciting and interesting that this all could emerge from this WUAS flagship bookstore, and potentially not only on Walnut Street in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, possibly in the recently closed Walmart in the Waterworks Mall near Fox Chapel suburb of Pittsburgh, possibly also in all 200 countries in main cities there. Exciting possibilities. Agenda item 2, just checking to see if people might want to join us, and I'll save the video recording of this to our current active YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University, or similar URL. So agenda item 2, especially with Sundar Pichai as CEO of Google and of Alphabet, how is the recently upgraded Google Chromebook Plus operating system going to be used in the Bengali language in Bangladesh, for example? So a set of tweets in these regards, a couple of sets of tweets, especially with Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google and Alphabet. How is G Chromebook Plus to be used in the Bengali language? And the Bangla language wiki school, wiki subject page is in this tweet, and it's planned in the Bangla language, and it's accessible from the main wiki languages page at World University and School. And for free MIT OpenCourseWare centric WUAS degrees from students' homes. And there's a Guardian article from, I think, about 2 years ago, last year. The Guardian article's title is "The Making of a Megacity: How Dhaka transformed in 50 years of Bangladesh. So Dhaka is supposed to become possibly the fourth largest city in the world by 2030, another mega city. And it seems like there is remarkable opportunity for this quite poor country to benefit from free online MIT OpenCourseware-centric degrees, as well as wiki schools for open teaching and learning, the two wings of World University and School. And also for World University and School potentially to set up WUaS educational services stores in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and in other cities in Bangladesh. And could we also make the Google Chromebook Plus operating system and laptop, they make both the software and the hardware. They make a Chromebook laptop for it, but it's an operating system that can run on many laptops. And it's had some problems over the years, but perhaps the possibility of helping the developing world with laptops for education, which may have been part of the Chromebook's initial planning, but may have been faced obstacles regarding other laptop makers even. Perhaps the Google Chromebook Plus is come of age in a way. And could we reach out at World University and School with free MIT OpenCourseware-centric degrees in Bangla, in Bengali language, for Bangladeshis, and particularly to help the poor. And as World University and School seeks to code for all 170 million Bangladeshis, I think, actually, I'm not sure if that number's right. There are 340 million people in the USA. There may be 167, 170 million in Indonesia. I need to check, but the Bangladesh is an enormous country too, and it has much poverty. And as World University and School seeks to code for all 170 million Bangladeshis, we would also like to potentially make available a single cryptocurrency, like Stanford Mine Pi cryptocurrency, free money daily, potentially to end poverty and via UBI experiments. So this could occur potentially in developing with a Google Chromebook Plus for World University and School's flagship bookstores in Bangladesh could make this available to Bangladeshis. Schools, for example, that use the Chromebook Plus in the US, I think can make the Chromebook Plus available to their students for free within school districts, depending on the school district. That's brainstorming wise, I'm not sure if that's exactly true, but World University and School would like to make free degrees and MIT OpenCourseware-centric WUaS University degrees available in Bangla. And it may be both through a Chromebook Plus from our educational services stores, as well as perhaps Stanford Mine Pi cryptocurrency through related inexpensive smartphones. And much of the developing world already has smartphones. In the poorer countries as well, I've observed, interestingly. So item 2A, agenda item 2A, related set of tweets regarding the educational services stores at World University and School for 1, books, 2, computers, 3, robotics, also hospital technologies. So the set of tweets reads, flagship WUaS bookstore on Walnut Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, WUAS educational services stores at the WUAS Press for books, computers, robotics in the developing world with time, to carry the book, my first book, Naked Harbin Ethnography, an anthropology of Harbin hot springs in Northern California, to also carry G Chromebook Plus laptops, and potentially to carry Lego Spike Prime robotics kits. Those three, though, for example, books, computers, robotics, for free to students, MIT OpenCourseWare-centric WUAS degrees. And the tweet was also on languages at WUAS planned in all 7,168 known living languages. Bangladesh has many languages, not just Bangladeshi or Bangla, I think as it's called. Agenda item 2B. I found online how much a G Chromebook Plus laptop computer on a Samsung laptop costs in Bangladesh. And it's something like 20,838 Bangladesh currency. Is it the tiki? Is it the, I'm not sure what the exact name of the Bangladesh currency is, which is in US dollars, $189.87. And to grow WUAS Bangladesh World University and School and in Bangla. So there's an opportunity here for World University and School and the WUAS educational services stores and the flagship WUS bookstore on Walnut Street in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and in making possibly Chromebook Plus laptops available to people who might come into the WUS bookstore on Walnut Street in Shadyside in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If we could get, for example, our Chromebook Plus laptops from India or from Bangladesh on Samsung hardware for laptops, could we make our WUS free to students degrees, with students potentially getting resources from this WUS bookstore on Walnut Street and Shadyside, available to aspiring and high achieving students in the greater Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania area who might not have access to a laptop yet, by making our laptops available either for free, possibly a G Chromebook Plus, or for a very low cost. Fascinating possibilities. Glad G Chromebook Plus is now seemingly a great laptop. Agenda item 2C, the flagship WUS bookstore on Walnut Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is regarding how to design for it. And even with a digital building twin. So set of tweets reads, and this is regarding also a Siemens company digital building twin webinar I attended on Thursday last week. The set of tweets reads, flagship WUS bookstore on Walnut Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with Siemens digital building twin platform, which is a 3D virtual world for kind of the industrial metaverse, or the industrial omniverse, or the industrial emerging realistic virtual earth. For example, designing not only buildings, potentially as I understand it, but also their energy supplies and their computing processes. And this is a great opportunity for World University and School and the WUS flagship bookstore. Glad to have attended this workshop. And in particular, the set of tweets continues. This tweet continues. Siemens digital building twin with a physical digital realistic virtual earth for Lego robotics, of which the WUaS educational services stores and the WUaS Press are authorized Lego robotics kits carriers. And in a parallel way, a realistic virtual earth for robotics as this digital building twin, and from Google Street View with Time Slider. So because of these remarkable developments in 3D design from Siemens digital building twin, could World University and School and the WUaS bookstore flagship design inside this store this realistic virtual earth for Lego robotics and realistic virtual earth for robotics from Google Street View as a digital twin for all the benefits of working virtually and digitally, in addition to physically, and as students potentially get Lego robotics kits from the WUaS bookstore on Walnut Street in Shadyside in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, first initially. And this was retweeting a Siemens Infrastructure USA tweet, which says, increase your ROI, return on investment, by providing state-of-the-art infrastructure with our newest software. Building X Lifecycle Twin. This tech creates a digital twin of your building, permitting you to explore and analyze building information and optimize operations in new, more sustainable ways. So if we can design our WUaS bookstore, our flagship educational services store, bookstore, computer store, robotics store on Walnut Street, in collaboration with Siemens, it's newly called the Building X Lifecycle Twin, digital building twin. Amazing new development. This is an amazing new development. So agenda item 3, and this is in reply to the presenter of the Siemens Digital Building Twin Streamline Your Infrastructure Operations webinar, Igor Starkov, who's in Reston, Virginia, I think, and where Digital Building Twin has worked with the US government and Google and many other interesting organizations which may have improved this digital building twin software iteratively as it's grown. He's originally from Russia. This is an email to Igor Starkov and Stephen Will, both at Siemens. Thanks for your excellent Siemens webinar on digital building twin. Streamline your infrastructure operations with remarkable 3D developments. I think the link is there to the video recording, but I think one had to have registered for this event to see it again. Greetings from Creative Commons 4 licensed MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School and the WUaS Educational Services stores for books, computers, robotics, and hospital technologies, plus planned in each of all 200 countries and in their main languages, as well as in all 7,168 known living languages, and with an academic press at WUaS, with machine translation learning and LLMs, large language models. And thanks for your fantastic Siemens presentation just now in Digital Building Twin. Streamline your infrastructure operations. There's sort of 4 parts to my email to them. And the first has to do with academic research in a possible, inside possibly a digital building twin, in a very new way that they didn't touch on in their webinar. Lastly, how could MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School possibly adapt the Siemens digital building twin software for academic research, and uniquely in creating a realistic virtual Harbin hot springs, my ethnographic field site, and regarding my first book? And for even soaking in the Harbin Hot Springs warm pool virtually from home in our bathtubs too, but also for studying the brain and body-mind with iterating brainwave headsets, sensors, multimedia rooms, Google Street View with time slider, physical, digital at the cellular and molecular levels too, with related iterating wearable hardware for research. So while people are soaking at actual Harbin Hot Springs in Northern California and at actual virtual Harbin Hot Springs, possibly from our bathtubs, and potentially at virtual Harbin in digital masks, such as an iterating Apple Vision Pro, the new digital mask from Apple that I think is getting more and more pixels, which allows for potentially greater and greater precision research, even for what World University and School would seek to do with it. Possibly put on a mask, put on an Apple Vision Pro mask from the Apple Store, 4 doors from the WUAS bookstore on Walnut Street. And with this mask on, go into the WUAS bookstore. And in this multimedia AI augmented reality hologram space inside the WUAS bookstore, brainstorming wise, be able to visit anywhere in the world. This combination of the Apple Vision Pro within a multimedia AI WUAS bookstore that could project images from Google Street View with time slider, take you back in history to any place and any time, potentially even interacting with avatar bot historical people that were conversationally interactive in an iterating way. So 3 more points in this letter. So I asked these following questions in the text chat in the Q&A during the webinar. Great. Number 1, great. In the life cycle of digital building twin itself, are you planning for moving from the virtual world building in 3D that's cartoon-esque a bit to more realism, to a realistic virtual Earth? This is something World University and School is seeking to facilitate, conceptually like Google Street View with time slider, and even in aqueous or water environments, oceans, for example, or the Harbin Hot Springs warm pool, too, and for n-dimensionality, realistic modeling and simulations at different scales beyond 3D modeling. And greetings from MIT OpenCourseware-centric Wiki, World University and School WUAS, and Pennsylvania. Friendly regards, Scott. So the second thing I posted and asked in their Q&A, Igor and Steve, fantastic. Could Siemens potentially build out the digital twin of a first MIT OpenCourseware-centric Wiki World University and School WUAS Educational Services bookstore in the old Williams-Sonoma building on Walnut Street in the Shadyside community of Pittsburgh, PA, and in conjunction with World University and School with Time Slider, Gmaps, and with G-Sketchpad too, which is, I think, Google's design software that could include, make it possible for all of us to do some architectural drawings as well, digitally. And importantly, to reinvent the bookstore, reinvent the computer store, reinvent the robotics store, and even reinvent retail and department stores with multimedia rooms, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, holograms, and most significantly for a physical digital realistic virtual Earth for Lego robotics, of which the WUAS Educational Services stores are an authorized carrier, and a realistic virtual Earth for robotics itself. I'm suspecting that Siemens itself, with 320,000 employees worldwide, has, and as an industrial automation company that goes back to the 1850s, is pretty engaged with robotics already. So may well be developing robotics, and possibly with their digital building twin. I've Further to Igor and Steve, I've been in communication with Peter Norvig, ahead of Google AI, as well as Lego Education, about these questions that I just asked many times, and regarding Peter Norvig's Lego Institute too. And I shared a tweet with them, and in that tweet are 4 pictures that have the old Williams-Sonoma store, as well as a Lego robot, and the first book, Naked Harbin Ethnography, that the WUaS bookstore will carry. And the WUaS Press Twitter feed is the Twitter feed currently for the WUaS Educational Services Store for books, computers, and robotics. So the last question and answer question I asked in text during the webinar is, in what ways could the digital building twin become a parallel virtual realistic bookstore to a physical bookstore, computer store, robotics store? At WUaS Educational Services stores, planned also in all 200 countries and in their main languages. And together with, or out of the design of, a Siemens digital building twin and their systems. Thanks, Scott. And the set of tweets I shared, I've read above: flagship WUaS bookstore on Walnut Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with Siemens digital building twin, with physical, digital, realistic virtual Earth for Lego robotics, of which WUaS Educational Services stores, WUaS Press are authorized carrier, Lego robotics kits carriers, realistic virtual Earth for robotics from Google Street View. So agenda item 4, and this is regarding seeking to potentially code for everyone on the planet, all 7.9 billion people, and protect people in the process, with potentially from or by building a worldwide abolition movement, abolishing the wrongful buying and selling of people in the illegal sex, drugs, violence, weapons, nuclear, etc. industries internationally, and how to grow abolition regarding friendly Quaker abolition history too, and especially John Woolman was a Quaker in the 1700s on both sides of the Atlantic, Britain and US, who further facilitated abolition among Quakers in this country, abolishing holding of slaves that I think Quakers also were involved in, tragically. And World University and School is seeking to facilitate growing a abolition movement to prevent the wrongful slavery, the wrongful buying and selling of people in this day and age, in important ways, with law enforcement, also possibly avatar agent electronic health records, and similar machine learning, artificial intelligence. So to close, I'd like to share one more set of tweets that I didn't send out in the email announcement for this, but regarding Indonesia and a recent Stanford University talk on Indonesia from last Thursday, as well, I think, like the Siemens Digital Building Twin talk. And the talk was about Indonesia's landmark election, what happened, why, and what's next. And had some fascinating presenters. I created a set of tweets in these regards to succinctly ask, having asked this a little bit in text chat as well, about two things regarding World University and School. The set of tweets reads, thanks, Don Emerson, the facilitator, Bill Little, a professor who gave the main presentation on the outcome of these elections in Indonesia, Sana Jaffrey, who I think is an Indonesian based at the Australian National University in possibly Sydney in Eastern Australia, and Gita Wijayaran, who is an Indonesian too, I think, who knows much about the economic system there and was talking often about technocratization of Indonesia post-election. So I asked two things in terms of what's next. What about Stanford Mine Pi as possibly a single worldwide main cryptocurrency and for Indonesians? And what about MIT OpenCourseware-centric Wiki Indonesia? In Indonesian language, Bahasa Indonesian, with WUaS free degrees for all Indonesians, and with technocratization. So hoping to explore this further regarding Indonesia, after Prabowo's recent election, the new prime minister, Prabowo, Prabowo, and whether even I asked in the text chat as well, in the Stanford University Indonesian election presentation, would Prabowo seek companies investing and setting up foreign businesses in Indonesia on Indonesian soil or in Indonesian cyberspace regarding technocratization? And I think Gita said to many of these questions, yes, they were interested potentially in Bitcoin or Stanford Mine Pi and cryptocurrency, that Prabowo has an international orientation. I think he seems to have won the election by 58%, with 58% of the vote, and that they would be interested potentially in foreign businesses, such as the WUaS educational stores, as well as free MIT OpenCourseware-centric World University and School, making online free degrees available in the Indonesian language. And the degrees World University and School seeks to make available are bachelor, PhD, law, medicine, IB high school or similar, as well as AAAS, 2 years of undergraduate education and master's degrees. Building on MIT OpenCourseware, we've developed about 42 majors out of the MIT OpenCourseware, which we would like to turn into degree opportunities. So that's the WUS news and question and answer on Monday, February 26th, 2024. I'm Scott McLeod. I'll post the video recording to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University, as well as to the Twitter feeds, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUAS Press. Hoping to see you next week. If you're interested in matriculating at World University and School, or know of a country that might be interested, or if you're interested in wiki teaching at World University and School, let me know, sgkmacleod at worlduniversityandschool.org presently. And until next week, Monday, March 4th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. See you then, and bye for now. worlduniversityandschool.org is the main homepage presently.